Hey, it's your friendly neighborhood cryptid again. I wanted to bring you guys along to help organize my yarn a bit. I just moved house, so all my yarn had to be thrown in a garbage bag and hauled 4 hours away and thrown in a room. So it's a mess. Half the balls are unwound. Everything's just kind of thrown together. All the organization's gone. And I just got a new trunk to put everything in because I lost my old storage container, couldn't use it anymore, so I have something new. It's a little rough looking. I found it for $10 at a yard sale, so it's not the prettiest, but it's nice and big. It has this nice removable tray at the top, so uh, we're just gonna organize some things. This is probably gonna be kind of a long one, and like I said, it's a mess, so there's a lot to do. And since it's gonna be a long one, I'm probably gonna have some music on for myself. So there might not be a whole lot of talking. I'm gonna see if I can speed it up. I'm still very new to editing and figuring things out, so if I can't, this will just be a long one. But I thought you guys might want to come with me because I mean, I'm just gonna be doing this alone otherwise, so why not? And I'll try and give you guys a close-up view inside the trunk once I'm done. And yeah. And at the end, if I don't run out of space before I finish filming, because I'm filming on a mobile device, well, I have some projects that are half frog that we can frog together, and reball a bunch of yarn that I have from previous frog projects that I didn't bother to ball. Yeah, that's gonna be fun, real fun. Anyway, I'm gonna get started. I'm sorry if you see the curtain moving at all. I have the window open because it's very warm in here. And a fan would be far too loud. I like to have the window open for some natural light, but it throws off the light balance too much, so I have to deal with the curtain. Anyway, I am going to get started. So yeah, just I guess watch me organize my yarn. I don't think it'll give you ideas for it. I'm not an entirely organized person. I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to organize it yet. Something along the lines of color and weight and all that, and then I think I'll have a separate a separate section up top for where the projects I'm currently working are going, and we'll just kind of see. I'm really hoping everything will fit because I had trouble fitting everything in the last container I had, but this one seems bigger, so hopefully we'll be good. We're gonna ball everything that needs to be balled last, so that's gonna all go over to the side. First, I have to untangle everything from in here. That's gonna be the first challenge. I also have a bunch of half-finished projects, which this one I love. I really need to finish it. It's gonna, I think, be a vest. Not entirely sure yet, but I'm excited. I also have some weird odds and ends, like flip-flop soles for making some slippers. And jars of buttons. And a scrap yarn that's too short to actually do anything with, I think. Most of it goes to my fiance for his latch-up projects. I have a lot of these awful yarns that are really hard to work with. I'm trying to find projects for them, but it's really difficult with some of them to just something that fits and that I like. I'm far too picky with crochet. But I mean, if there's anything you can be picky with, it can it be your own hobbies? I'm really debating on whether I should frog this sock or not, because I only have the one, and I could make the other, but it's a little tight, and I'm not sure if it'll relax or if it's just not worth it, and I should just frog it and try again. Oh god, I really should have balled all this when I originally frogged it, but it was one of those angry frogs, you know? And I have no idea what to do with this. I have I have no plans that fit this colorway, and I was gifted it, but it's nice yarn, so I'd love to use it. I just need something that will work with the colors. And I only have one of them, so that only gets me so far. I'm trying to find other yarn that matches it, because I'm on a bit of a budget, so I'm not buying new yarn. And most of my yarn is thrifted at the moment. So everything's kind of odds and ends, but we make it work. And this is where I keep all my tools, so that needs to be reorganized because I really need to make a proper like case for my hooks because they're all mixed together, and half of them pierce through the bag, and I'm gonna end up losing them one day. I think everything that needs to be balled I'm going to leave on the couch just so it's off the floor and out of the way while I try and organize what I want to group together. Oh, there's so many tangles. I don't mind it too much though. I've always kind of enjoyed untangling things, as weird as that is. People loved having me around Christmas and things like that though, because untangling strings of lights was actually enjoyable for me. That's how you know there's something wrong with me. Oh, and I have just sleeves from a sweater I was planning to make, and I have no idea where the rest of the yarn for it went. So I have no yarn to finish the body with, or even start the body with, which I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them, but I really like them, so I don't want to frog them. I want to keep them for something. I'm just not sure what to do with the body. I might see if I can find the same gray and just do a solid gray body, because I remember that the rainbow stripes were. Well, I think I do still have a little bit of it left, but that's all I have left of the red. And I think I looked online, and Yet again, the yarn is discontinued. It seems to be a theme with me. Is all the yarn I really like ends up discontinued by the time I get it. That's well, comes with the territory of thrifting yarn. It just gets past a certain age and they just stop making it. I'm sorry the uploads have been scant. I mean, it's going to be what, the third video? But with moving and I've got surgery coming up tomorrow, so I've been a little preoccupied and I'm not probably going to be able to film much for the next week or so, even if I wanted to, just because I think I'm going to be laid up in bed a bit. But hopefully I can get some things made. And that's also why I'm doing all this organizing now, because in a little bit I'm not going to be doing too well, so I'd like to have all my yarn so that I can actually get to it easy if I'm well enough to actually do my projects. This is the fizzle yarn I was talking about in the other video. When I was talking about the sheep guy, which you can just see his head just a little bit over there. After I'm done, once I clean up the couch, I might be able to show you guys the little area I set up on the corner. I divided a couch in half, kind of, and half of it is all of my fiance's horse stuff because he collects a lot of horse things, and the other side is all my crochet stuff. And it's where I plan to film most of my stuff. Maybe so if I actually get it cleaned off, I can maybe show it to you. Yeah, this is the yarn I was talking about. If anyone remembers or cares, this is all I have left of it, so there's not much I can do with it. And like I said, it's discontinued, like yet again. And I either lost or threw out because things got jumbled so much in the move. So I don't have the label for it anymore. So I don't remember the brand. I don't think I have a picture, but I remember it was called Fizzle because I labeled that in my my little project book as Fizzle Sheep. Ooh. I'm not sure what to do with it all, but I've got a lot of small pastel yarns, but most of them are cotton, so they're not very nice on the skin. At least for me, I'm a little picky with texture, so things like that bother me a little bit more. So I'm not sure entirely what to do with them, but I do love the colors. I just have nothing to do with them really. And I know I don't technically wind my yarn properly, but It works for me, and I don't have the patience to do it any other way, if I'm honest. Probably why it falls apart when I move, but I don't move that often. Wrong yarn. Yeah, I'm gonna have a great time. Oh, there's little wood shavings in it. So right now, I guess just for reference, because you can't really see the floor where I'm putting all the yarn, I'm organizing things into um, just sizes, more or less. I have a pile of very thin yarn. It's not exactly in weights because half of them don't have labels, so I'm not entirely sure. So I'm eyeballing it. Uh, but I have my chunky yarn, my worsted weight. I have cotton yarn separate because I only have a small amount of cotton yarn, and I like to keep my textures together. I have bulky in one place. I'm not sure if it's fingering weight, sport weight, something around there. And then I have one of all just ridiculous fluffy yarns that, I mean, does the weight matter at that point? And then I have a little pile of half finished projects. All of these we're gonna eventually be sewn together to make a horse. It's just, I think I might have lost some too, so I need to find the pattern again because I also don't know where the pattern went. I have it saved somewhere on my phone, I think. But eventually that'll be finished. It's been probably over a year, but just kind of burnt out of it. And I think I lost or used up the orange yarn for something else because it's not this orange, it's a different orange. So hopefully I have them all lined. I'm also out of black yarn for the most part. Everything's being taken up with current projects, so I need to get more black yarn before I can actually seam them together. Once I have everything sorted out and this big pile is gone, I'm going to start putting them in the trunk and probably organize them by color then, just so it's a little easier to find. The trunks aren't ideal for storing yarn just because you have to pack everything on top of each other, and you end up having to dig through it and messing it up to find things. But I don't have room for a nice set of shelves, and I don't have a nice set of shelves, so we work with what we got. Ooh. Whole ring fell off that one. I don't like the way these are wound to begin with. They're not wound like regular balls, and they fall apart way easier. But they were really cheap, so can't complain that much. Ooh. I want to show this one off just because I haven't opened it yet, and it's absolutely gorgeous. It's it came from one of my local yarn, well, kind of local yarn shop. It's hand dyed, I think, and it's very expensive, but it's, well, for me anyway. But it's based off of different birds. This is the red-winged blackbird one, and it's so pretty. It's mostly black, but just the little pops of color. If I ever get the chance, I really would love to go back to the shop and get the blue jay one because it was gorgeous. One of my probably my favorite yarn, and I'm just saving it for a special project because I'm so indecisive with projects. I frog things in and out of them constantly, and it wears on the yarn. So I want to keep this until I'm absolutely certain what I want to do with it because I don't want to wear it down before it's in its final form because I love it so much. dime. That's good luck. Yeah, all of this needs to be balled. Oh, I hate myself. Maybe balling it'll take a second video. I feel like I've already been going for a long time. I can't see how long I've been recording from here. I don't have my glasses, but I feel like it's already been a long time. And I feel like just balling this will take me half an hour at least, if I'm lucky. If I can find an end. Oh boy, all the knots. I hope it's not knotted. Sorry about that flinch. I forgot I had my notifications on loud and it's a little closer than I expected. But, this one? I also just have yarn labels that I don't know what flowers they came from, or schemes, or oh yes, this is also something I'm half done. I'm in love with it. It's I think it was called the swirly sweater. It's there's a video that is a tutorial for it. When I actually make a video where I'm working on this, I'll link it because it's great. It's really nicely written, and she's super she's super clear when she explains it, and it's really helpful, and it turns out really nice. It's very nice. So, currently working on project. Alright, time to start putting things away. So this top part is just a little wooden insert. Oh, the reason it's so hot in here is because despite the fact that it's fucking May, the furnace is still on. And I'm not allowed to turn it off, so I just have to deal with it. It's fucking insane. I'm not pleased about it, but whatever. Whatever. It's not my choice. I just get to die in the heat and think about all the wasted energy because it's May and the furnace is on. Because fuck saving the planet, I guess. Alright, I think I'm going to start by putting my currently working on projects at the top. Yeah, I think that's the best. I think that's the best thing to start with. It's not going to be the most pretty setup, but it's going to be functional. That's nice. This is a lace tablecloth I've been working on. But I'm worried that I've lost the pattern because it was in a book. But I think the book might have gotten left behind when I moved, so I won't be able to get it back. So if I can't find it, then either this is just going to be a very big doily, or I really don't want to frog it because I feel like it's very pretty. You can kind of get a sense of it, but there wasn't a whole lot more to it. It was mostly this mesh, but I think there was some more details on it. If I want to make it bigger, though, maybe I will just continue this mesh and just leave it as a little flower centerpiece. Because I really do love it. I'm worried I might not have the rest of the pattern anymore. Which is sad, because it was a very old one. It was a fairly old one. Not incredibly old, not vintage, but old enough that I don't think I could find it online. But I could be wrong. Hmm. The organization's not particularly pretty in there. I'm just trying to figure out what I want to put in next. we're getting close. Getting close to having all the yarn in the trunk besides all the stuff that needs to be balled. And I'm... Oh, almost 50 minutes. Okay, so, okay, maybe a different video for, balling and frogging, because this took a lot longer than I expected.